guys, it's Sarah, and today we're going to talk about my December TBR. Now, yes, this is going up before my November wrap up, and that is because I'm going to be doing 2 readathons in December, and I wanted to give you my TBRs for those before the month started. And currently, we are about to go to Disney World, so we're not getting back until December 1st from Disney, so I wanted to make sure this goes up before I get back, because otherwise I'll be in the middle of a readathon, and I wanted to give you guys my TBR before that readathon starts. I hope that makes sense. So my November wrap-up will be coming up soon, but when I get back and actually have a wrap-up for you. I'm still reading. So basically what's going to happen in the month of December is I'm doing 2 readathons, and I have some January arcs to read as well. So all of those are on my TBR. I've been able to incorporate some of the arcs into the readathons as well, so that's awesome. And then I'll have a couple that I'll be reading outside of that. But I'm very excited for both these readathons. So let me just get into it. Some of these prompts overlap each other as well, which is kind of nice. So I can read one book for both of them. So it's going to work out pretty nicely. It took some organization to plan out this TBR, but I'm really happy with it, and I'm very excited about all these books. So the first readathon is the 'Tis the Season-a-thon, and this one is, I believe, the second year that it is happening, and I'm very excited to be able to participate this year. Last year I couldn't, because I think we were doing something, I don't remember what it was, but I wasn't able to do it last year. So this one is hosted by Heather at Bookables, Amy from A Court of Crowns and Quills, Kristen from Super Space Chick, Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads, and Trina from Between Chapters. So there's 5 different hosts for this one, and I'm just really excited. So there are some prompts, and let me tell you what they are. This one goes from December 2nd to the 8th, so it's the first full week in December. And so basically we get back from Disney on the 1st of December, and then the next day I'll be starting a readathon, so it's perfect timing. So the first prompt for the 'Tis the Season-a-thon is a book with snow on the cover. I had quite a few options, quite a few. I was really surprised at how many books I have that have snow on the cover. But the one that really stood out to me as one that has been popping up on my radar a lot, and one that I've heard a lot about, is No Exit, and this is by Taylor Adams. This came out last year, I believe, and I was very kindly gifted a copy of this. So I really want to read it. And it's a perfect winter time. I do live in Florida, so we don't get snow here, but it's still something I really, really want to read. So yeah, this one is going to be snow on the cover. Number 2 is to read a book that has a holiday theme to it, and I am planning to read Comfort and Joy by Kristen Hanna. This is a book that I downloaded onto my Kindle, I think a couple years ago, and I just have been meaning almost every single Christmas since then to read it, and I just haven't read it yet because it's Comfort and Joy. It's definitely holiday themed. So this year it's going to happen. So for this one, I'm going to go with a very short book, and that is Last Breath by Karen Slaughter. This is not a book. This is like a little novella that takes place, I believe, it's before The Good Daughter. It's a prequel to The Good Daughter, from what I'm understanding. Basically, I don't know if this is a prequel or a sequel. I think it's a prequel to The Good Daughter. So it follows the same character as that. So I'm really excited to see what this is all about. It's more Karen Slaughter. It's super duper short. I think it's 130 pages, just about, a little bit over, like 136. And this was gifted to me, so I am very excited to read a little bit more Karen Slaughter and to have this read. Question number 4 is to read a book while eating your favorite holiday treat. So this one is not necessarily a book that I need to read. It's just read while I'm eating my favorite treat, which is very easy for me to do. So I will just cross that off whenever that happens. The last prompt, which is number 5, is to read a book that has something to do with music, whether it's song lyrics as the title of the book, if it has a musical plot, if there's a musician as the main character, something that has to do with music, read a book like that. So there's one on my shelves that stood out to me, and that is Rhythm, Chord, and Malakin. This is by Marina Zapata, and this one was recommended to me as someone thought this was going to be a 5-star book for me. So and then I ended up getting a copy from my sister-in-law, which is super awesome. So I'm going to put this on my TBR for December. Hopefully I can get to it. And it's not super duper long. It's, well, I guess it's almost 400 pages, but I think it's going to be something that I can probably fly through pretty quickly, but I'm excited to read it. Okay, so these 3 books are for the prompts for the 'Tis the Season-a-thon, which is the first week in December. So very excited about all of these. So now let's talk about the other readathon I'm going to be doing in December, which is the Book Buddyathon. And this is one that lasts the entire month. So I do have a couple of books that can go with both of these readathons. And even if I read it during the first week, it'll count for both of them because they're going on at the same time. And the Book Buddyathon is hosted by Elena from Elena Reads Books. And I believe she is being joined by someone else. And I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I'll leave it all down below. And the whole point of this is to buddy up with somebody and to read some books. So I'm going to be buddying up with Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library. And the only really buddy aspect of it this time is that you just buddy read a book together. And that's kind of the main thing. And then everything else you do by yourself. It's not going to be quite as interactive buddy-wise this time, which is totally fine. So what Elena has done is she has created a bingo board for the readathon, and you just go off of that and see how many bingos you can get. And the one right in the middle is the buddy read. So that's going to be the most important one. So Lindsay and I are going to buddy read something together. We have not decided yet what we're going to read. So we're going to work on that. And before the month starts, we'll have a book set, and whatever that is will be added to my TBR. Just not sure what it's going to be yet. But there are a bunch of other prompts, so let's talk about those, and I have picked books for them. So one of them is to read a book with the word Christmas or winter in the title. This was hard. I only have one. I have one book that I have not read that has the word winter in the title. I don't have anything that has has Christmas in it. I do have A Winter's Garden by Kristen Hanna, but I've already read that one. So if that's on your list, that could work for this as well. The one that I have is A Winter's Promise. This is by Christelle Dabos. It's a long book. It is YA. I've heard it's a very quick read regardless, and it's a fantasy book. And it's one that I've really, really been wanting to read. I have the first 2 books in this quartet that the publishers have sent me, and I'm hoping when the 3rd one comes out, I'll get that one as well. But I really want to read this. So this is a good excuse to do that finally, to get this one read. And yeah, it is a chunky one though. So this will be, but I have the whole month, so it's fine. Another prompt on that bingo board is a book with snow on the cover. Definitely 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Snow on the cover is on both of these readathon prompts, so I'm going to read the same book for the same prompt for both. Another prompt is a book you meant to read last Christmas. Comfort and Joy by Kristen Hanna. I've been meaning to read it every Christmas since I downloaded it, which I think is probably at least 2 Christmases ago. So that one's going to count for this one as well. Another one is read a book with red or green on the cover, and I do have a January arc that has both red and green. This is Diamond City by Francesca Flores. So I have a lot of red down here, and then there's some good green colors up in here. So both on this one, which is fantastic. And this is, I believe, a dystopian fantasy-ish. Yes, blood magic, secret markets, wolf-sized spiders. Okay, yeah. And I'm really excited to read this one. This is one that I requested, and it does come out in January, so I plan to read it this month. Another one is to read a children's book, which I think is a fantastic prompt because it really kind of gives you that outlet to read something a little bit shorter, a little bit easier, something to get through. I happen to have an arc that is a young adult, but she did say young adult counts because young adults are considered, the age range usually for young adult books are 12 to 18, so those are still children. So I'm going to read Wildfire by Carrie Mack. And this is a pretty short book, and I'm excited to read it. It follows 2 friends who go on a hike, and then one of them gets injured, and there's some wildfires happening around them, but they're kind of stuck where they are with these wildfires coming in. So it sounds crazy. Another one is to read a 2019 release. Now this one, I have been wanting to read this. I don't know why I didn't read it when I first got it. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I really want to read this so bad. So when I saw this prompt, I went right over to my review book cart and grabbed it because I was like, this one. Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. And I believe a second book has come out from this now as well, but I think people are getting arcs of that one. So I really want to read this. It's going to be a very adult, steamy romance, and I'm just really in the mood for that right now. Another prompt on that bingo board is a book that was gifted to you. Again, 2 birds, 1 stone. And the last one on the bingo board is to read a book that has a family as a center. And this one was a little harder for me to pick something. I did pick another January arc, and I picked Almost Just Friends by Jill Shalvis. Now, I don't think family is the whole thing behind this, but there are family members who are present the entire time during this book, from what I'm understanding. And it does revolve around a family house that they're in, and she ends up getting stuck inside this house with members of her family, and I think some other people as well, during a storm and stuff. So I think I can get away with this one. Yeah. Okay, so that is it for the Readathon books, for both Readathons completely. And then actually there will end up being 9 for whatever Lindsay and I choose to do for our buddy read for the Book Buddyathon. Again, I will have all the information for both Readathons listed down below. Okay, and I have 3 other books to add here. So the first one is The God Game by Danny Toby. This is a book that comes out in January as well, so I want to read this for January. It's a science fiction kind of virtual reality thriller type of thing. Another January arc is My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. This is a contemporary book, a dark contemporary book that follows a woman who finds out that one of her teachers is accused of sexual misconduct with a student. She is surprised by that because she had a sexual relationship with him as well, and she felt everything was consensual and all that stuff, but she's starting to doubt things now. Maybe she was manipulated into it. And the last one is Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. I still need to get to this one. But after Queen of Shadows, oh my gosh, do I want to pick this up so bad. So yeah, I'm probably not going to wait too long into December to read this. Maybe right after 'Tis the Seasonathon, I'll probably be picking this up because I need more Rowan in my life. Okay, guys, that is 12 books for the month of December. I actually think that's pretty realistic for me, especially since we're not traveling anywhere and I can just relax, be at home for the most part, and enjoy it. So yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good on all this. I'm pretty confident about it. So wish me luck. I am actually done reading for my young adult reading class, so none of these are for that. I'm completely done with that. I will have a wrap-up video for that. I'm still working on it. Trying to finish everything up. So I think after I turn that in, I'll do a wrap-up video for you guys for all the books that I read for that project. It'll be 30 books. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Please leave me comments down below. Let me know if you've read any of these. Let me know if you're going to be participating in either of these readathons. I'm really excited about both of them, and I think they're going to be pretty good for me. So let me know all your thoughts down below. Let me know what you're reading for December. What are your plans for December? Are you guys traveling? Are you staying home? Are you forgetting Christmas altogether and taking some crazy vacation? Let me know what you guys are doing. I want to know all the things. And I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.